Hi crochet friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanya, and today I'll be sharing with you what I've made during the 100-day project, days 61 through 70. If you want to catch up with everything else I've made during this project, check out my playlist after you're done with this video. We're getting so close to the end of the project. It's been a great experience so far, and I'm really excited to get to that finish line. But before I do, here's what I've crocheted over the last 10 days. Starting off with day 61, I spent a couple hours crocheting this wind spinner. This is more of the pride yarn that one of my friends in the States sent to me, and I thought it would work really well with this project. I especially like how the pom-pom turned out. It adds a nice detail to the bottom. I think it'll be a nice eye catcher hanging for my booth at the upcoming markets. On day 62, I decided to finish the scrappy jar that I had started on day 51. I'd gotten distracted with all the fruity keychains, and this jar had ended up in my work in progress pile. I thought it would complement the scrappy look of the jar to also use multiple shades of brown for the soil, and I really like how it turned out. I also had a number of these heart leaves in my work in progress pile, so I crocheted them into vines. I'm really happy with how it all came together, and that I got to move a couple of things from my work in progress pile into the finished pile. Day 63 was King's Day here in the Netherlands. We decided to have a low-key celebration at home, so while wearing my orange shirt and sipping on an Aperol Spritz, I free-handed this little lion head and a love heart. I free-handed both of them, so it's nice to see that they turned out pretty much how I had imagined. The next day, day 64, I was scrolling through social media during breakfast and came across a new idea for a type of bookmark. I usually make my crocheted bookmarks with a heart leaf on one end and a flower on the other, but this one showed a bee on the other end of the flower instead. The post showed a 3D bee on the bookmark, but I decided to make it my own and make a 2D bee version instead. I think the bee turned out super cute, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. On day 65, it probably won't come as much surprise, but I decided to make another plant pot. I have a loose goal of creating 5 plant pots each month this year, and as April was coming to a close, I realized I needed just one more to meet this goal. So here it is, April plant pot number 5. You may recognize the variegated yarn from other plant pots I've made. I only had a small amount of this yarn left, so I thought what better way to use it than for this project. I decided to pair it with this string of pearls, which sets it apart from the other plant pots with the variegated yarn. Day 66 was a pretty low-key day, so I wanted to experiment with a new type of plant. I really like the succulents I typically make, but they can be pretty time-consuming. So I thought I would come up with a different way to make a succulent. I decided to try out a technique where I make each of the leaves along a chain, then wind it up and sew it all together. It did end up being a shorter process than my other succulents, although I think I want to try it again a couple more times to make the plant look even more realistic. On day 67, my partner and I had a date day out in Utrecht. We explored the Dolores Anoma maze, looked through some second-hand shops, sipped our way through some whiskey tastings at the Malt Vault, and finally had a falafel wrap before heading home. It was a really fun, but also really full day. By the time we got home, I only had time to crochet this little heart leaf before it was time to head to bed. The next day, day 68, I was very tired from the day before. But I had missed my crochet time from the day, so I decided to make a string of pearls. Another project that has been sitting in my work in progress pile for a couple months now is a succulent garden. I decided to add this string of pearls and the succulent from day 66 to this project. With renewed inspiration adding plants to my succulent garden, I decided to spend day 69 finishing up this project. I made a couple more plants, the succulent and wavy plant, sewed them on, and then added this border to finish it off. I absolutely love how this project turned out. I didn't exactly time how long it took from start to finish, but a low estimate would be at least 15 hours of work. Inspired with how much I love how this project turned out, I next want to make a flower version. So today, day 70, I made a couple of leaves to go towards that project. I'll be continuing this project in the next upcoming days, so if you like to see what I end up making, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll be releasing more of these check-in videos, crochet tutorials, and other craft content. If you want to support my channel, it really helps if you like this video and leave a comment to the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of what I've made in these last couple of days, or if you have any ideas of what I should make next. If you want to see my daily makes for the last 4 weeks or so of this project, follow me on Instagram at @Stephanya. I've been releasing a story each day of this 100-day project to show off what I've been making. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!